Welcome back. You are still watching the Dairy Lounge here on DreamTV and BTV. We stream live on www.imc.ug, but also we have a lot that is happening at Victory Christian Center that we are going to be telling you about right before we end the show. My name is Bridget Stella. I'm here with Alex Simwa. Now, after Uganda, we go all the way to the Congo. I don't know why. This show has painted it that I am all
the
for
spokesperson
Congo.
for the Congolese
Yeah.
country or
For
nation.
Congo. But my heart truly beats for them because I see the pain from the ministry where I go. We believe in ministering love in a hurting world. And there is no more hurt that you can express than what is happening in Congo. So, yeah, I keep my heart there, praying for them and hoping things will change.
No strings attached.
Even if Congo came out to give me gold or what, I'll be like, no.
At least you've said
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Do you know they are what they call blood diamonds?
Yes.
And
But
on the world market, they are careful to find out where your diamonds are coming from.
came from, yes.
And if it's a war-torn area, they usually would shun them and not buy them on the main market. Yeah, meaning that
course.
they can get access to them through black market.
Yeah. Those ones they get to pass. Now, today, Congo is making a plea. Excuse me. Congo is making a plea. Will it actually come to pass? We'll see. So, the Democratic Republic of Congo has called on Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and Paris Germain to end their blood-stained sponsorship deals with Visit Rwanda amid a worsening humanitarian crisis in the country. Now, the appeal comes as M23 rebels captured Goma, which is the largest city in the DR Congo, while the United Nations Refugee Agency estimates more than 400,000 people who have been forced from their homes this year. A group of UN experts maintain the Rwandan army is in de facto control of M23 operations. Now, DRC Congo's foreign minister came out to say that the owners of Arsenal and PSG and to Bayern President Herbert to question the morality of these deals. She highlighted how Visit Rwanda's sponsorship could be funded by the illicit mining of blood minerals in the occupied parts of DR Congo before being transported across the border and exported from Rwanda.
Do you know how
Is
that works?
A good plea. How does what work?
The three clubs have advertising.
Yes.
Visit Rwanda.
On there.
The government of Rwanda is the one that pays the clubs to cause this to be.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tourism thing. Come and visit Rwanda. So they pay some money to the clubs to have what they call shirt sponsorship. So in shirt sponsorship, whoever wants to be advertised on those shirts pays the money. When they pay the money, Visit Rwanda is attached, and the government of Rwanda expects to benefit from that through tourism.
Yes.
So
and it
what
has
they are
worked
arguing,
hard for them.
Yeah, what they are arguing is the money they use to pay these clubs to have shirt sponsorship may be coming from proceeds of war. Yeah, so that is the argument around there.
And that's why I'm saying, do you see them bite, especially these clubs? Do you see that it could cause...
If it goes on for a while, they might. In the short term, I don't think so. I have heard this morning that the M23 have agreed on a ceasefire. They've called it a humanitarian ceasefire in order to be able to look after the people that are in motion because of the the war. That is refugees and so on.
Okay.
Whoever needs food, they're
people.
saying we will not fight. You give them food, you give them treatment, you give them whatever they need, and so on.
And that is good. Yeah, that is really good to see that there is that side. Because at the end of the day, for me, the question always is, whatever the cause is for which you're fighting, You're not going to be at the wheel alone. You still need people
Exactly,
around you.
the people that are going to lead. Who are you going to lead if all of them are going to die during war and so on?
Right.
Okay, we'll run to Mr. Trump and Africa. Do you want to take us there, or do I?
Go ahead.
Okay, now many Africans knew that when Mr. Trump mentioned and said that America first, they didn't expect to be anywhere near his agenda. What they didn't understand is the level of impact his decisions would have on their countries. A lot of African budgets are funded. Sente nyingi ku lukalu lwa Africa ziva mu bazungu. I've been hearing this morning to Makerere University yemu ku basinze okubeera nga bakozebwa. One project, the Bill Gates Foundation yoka, of course, Bill Gates' foundation is a private thing. CA Mune, USA.
So that one
could continue. Yeah, the Dave Carnegie, there's another one that funds women's education and others and so on. But those could survive. What is impacted directly the projects that are funded by anything US, if it has the US government
attached to it.
But you see, the projects are also many that benefit from that funding. Now, it also has a trickle-down effect. Nti waggulu eno kiba kitongole. Naye ng'abantu abakolera ekitongole ekyo bangi. Abakolera ebitongole ebyo balina family ze balabirira. Balina abaana be basomesa. Balina so impact oyinza ojjuwulirira eri waggulu naye nga neno wansi.
Amaaso oyinza ogakomya waggulu naye ne weerabira nti.
Nasinkanako engineer emabegaawo. Ye issue ye yali ku Uganda yafiirwa ssente nnyingi bwe baatuteekako envumbo olwa position yaffe ku anti-homosexuality.
Yes.
Naye agamba nti engineering projects ze nnyingi zaakosebwa olw'ekyo. Mulokole talina buzibu na engineering projects olonga zikiri kikola ki naye ng'akusigira ekifaananyi. N'agamba nti unfortunately amawanga gaffe geesigama nnyo ku buyambi obuva mu mawanga gali amala. So kyekiri mu Africa omwaka oguwedde Africa yafuna obuyambi bwa $1 billion mukaaga n'ekitundu. Yes, $6.5 billion in humanitarian aid in the region. Now, agencies like the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS, also known as PEPFAR, is considered one of the most effective foreign aid initiatives globally. Over the past 20 years, this program, which has enjoyed bipartisan support, has been credited with saving more than 25 million lives, primarily in Africa. Now, when it is AIDS related, we know that twagala gena details AIDS na bichi na yetu manyi nti oluusi ne longevity. Kyenadde njogerako ndowooza olunaku lwajjo nti AIDS yazuulibwa emyaka egisukka 40 ginaatera kuwera 5 emabega. Tetufunangayo solution yakubeeranga tumulwanyisa.
Ate nga COVID owajjo juzi.
Ye alwanyisibwa n'aggyibwawo. So those questions come into play. Naye about the same thing, kakati, this is even different. US President Donald Trump has said he will cut all funding to South Africa and has launched an investigation into the country's policies, apparently claiming that there is a massive human rights violation against white people happening over a new land expropriation law. There is a law that is intended to take land from white people and redistribute it to Africans. Black people, because even the whites there are South African. Kati, wategera konti Elon Musk has his roots in South Africa.
Yes.
Now, did you know that he's the one pushing Trump to put this into effect?
I know that they have a close relationship.
Yes, they have a close relationship. If he is of South African origin, now you see...
And he has actually South African citizenship, Canadian citizenship, and now the US.
Now, Trump pledged to stop all future funding on his Truth social platform on Sunday, writing that South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. The certain classes of people are white people in South Africa. Your take?
I understand where Elon Musk could be coming from because I understand that he's an ally of Trump, and of course he may be in position right now because that is what we always aim for. That when you are in a position to cause change on some of the things that may have affected you or your people in the
people.
you are able to address such things and make sure you bring a solution. So I get where that is coming from. But at the same time, you have to look at South Africa and where they were coming from to put some of these things in place. That the fairness of the skin, the person that I follow who says this, who paints a good picture about this whole thing is Trevor Noah. I bought his book. Born a Crime, I believe that is what it's called. I read it, even when it's funny. I've never laughed so hard reading a book, but even when it's funny, it painted a picture of what South Africa and color were like, the privileges that were given to these people, and how the rest had to, go through the scaffolds and the garbage to be able to earn a living. So you have to get to a place.
Majority?
No, the majority were the blacks.
Yes, that's what we are saying, that the majority goes through hardship to survive.
Just so that the white class is given a privilege of the standard of living and all the other advantages they get to get. So if they are
is the
trying
solution
to
redistribution, do you think? In Zimbabwe, it didn't work. In Zimbabwe, they confiscated land. The white farmers were really making Zimbabwe the breadbasket of Africa. A lot of agriculture, a lot of productivity, a lot of this and that. They confiscated the land, handed it to black people. It went down the drain.
And
in South Africa, it is similar. And during Ramaphosa's time, it may be better, especially during this term, because in his government is a coalition government. He allied with the Democratic Alliance, who are the whites in South Africa, and gave them positions which they understand, because we are skilled differently.
Yes.
You get it? The whites understand the economy. The blacks, I don't know what they understand down there. But if they understand the economy, give it to them. Let them, because it's a national thing that you're talking about. If it
they are all part
of
this.
Yeah, but let productivity go up such that the country generally can be able to benefit from that.
There is someone who was arguing the same thing in America, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And then I feel like that is wishful thinking that, I'm white, so because I've been having privilege all my life, my grandma has died, so I'll just go ahead and give you what used to be my grandma's house so that you can live in, since your life has been hard as it is. Wishful thinking. Life does not
in the US,
work
they
like
wanted
that.
what they call reparations. Reparations is you mistreated us in the times of slavery. So now compensate us. And the UK also, I think, I don't know which countries were advocating for it, but former colonies of the UK were saying, you guys stole from us, you took our wealth, you built a nation over it. Now begin bringing back some of that thing to us and so on. And
I think
they were like, we will not do it.
The biggest shock of my life was with the UK when the Queen passed on. I used to think the UK was really loved until that time. And then I'm like, whoa, okay. People were really angry, calling out, like you were saying, that, you know what, give us back what you took.
No, on their regalia, royal regalia, is diamond stolen from South Africa.
Will you add
they
alleged?
Can even identify what? It's not alleged.
For me, I will true. Always allegedly.
It is true. It is true with enough backing. Okay, we'll run and go to the US.
Again, Trump. Yesterday we talked slightly about this, and now we come back where Trump has agreed to pause. The key word here is pause.
For a month strictly.
Yeah. So he has agreed to pose tariffs on Canada and Mexico, but not on China. Now, yesterday we told you that Trump had agreed to hold off the imposing, rather, he had put 25% on all exports coming in from Canada and Mexico. But now, as of this, he has agreed to hold off the 25% for only 30 days, pulling the North American neighbors back from the brink of a potential damaging trade war. Now, this all came in after last-minute calls from the Canadian Prime Minister and Trump, who agreed to reinforce his country's border with the U.S. to clamp down on migration and the flow of the deadly drug fentanyl.
That's the issue. For both countries, it's a different issue. For Canada, it's fentanyl. For Mexico, it is guns. Okay, so the agreement also with the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is about guns. Stop the flow of guns from Mexico into the U.S. and for Canada, stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. If you do that, then we can trade. If you don't do that, then let now what was happening in Canada is a very strange thing. Do you know the Canadians had begun putting off everything American off their stalls and saying, buy what is local. You remember Bubu?
Yes.
Buy Uganda, build Uganda. This was Buchu, Chuchu, Buchu, Buchu. But
Alex, yeah, Buju.
Buy Canadian,
build
Canadian. Do you understand? So that was what was taking place. Everything being pulled off the shelves, and you remember the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau mentioning and saying that support each other now.
Yes, this is the time for us to come together. This is the time when now Canada must shine. And again, yesterday I asked, when we saw Trump come into power and talking about that, you know what, US being made great again. The question was always, what does that mean for the rest of the country? But it feels like we are all now being backed to a place of saying, you know what, this is the time to yeah, in a
okwebereramu tekujja kwewalika kujja kubeera nga kubeerawo naye buli lwoyita mu kaseera abazungu be bagera olugero bagamba nti adversity is the mother of invention. Nti bwoyita mu kaseera akazibu kakuyigiriza okuyiiya.
Yes.
Kakati bw'otegeera n'oganda bwe batusalako obuyambi. There are countries zesisuubira nti zibeera affected nga Uganda bwebeera affected. Nga South Africa. South Africa is already part of BRICS, even Uganda now. But BRICS osobola okutunza oba okugula ku India, ku Brazil, ku Russia, ku China, kati oli secure erudao. If you have those agreements between yourself, and South Africa has not been shy in letting Russia know that we support you all the way. If it is war, we support you. If it is colonizing other countries, we support you.